Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I'm so excited to be here on this beautiful Wednesday. We are just having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. So I love it when Seattle is in the spring and in the summer because it is the best place to be. But anyway, I am here to talk about my side flaps. We are doing a lot of cards that are using side flaps, which means they're also fun folds. So you guys are going to get a whole bunch of fun folds. So without further ado, I got to get myself moving and grooving. This will be our first card that we are doing today. Remember, all the dimensions, measurements are on my blog. So go check them out. So here's the side flap. Here's this beautiful thank you. And the inside. And then you close it back up. I love this. I just think it's absolutely a beautiful card, one that you could share with a lot of people, and it's using all the new colors. So this blue is called Hydrangea Hue. Love it. Love it. The next, best designer series paper. Yes, I have used this before. It is called Bloom Boutique, and it is specialty designer series paper. Again, it has gold, silver. Well, it really has gold in it. But then again, it is lovely on the front with all the gold and the silver. And then on the back, it just has all the in colors. So this is an in color bundle. Love this. I'm going to have to buy another bag of this because this is one that I am not going to let go. It is absolutely beautiful. So that's on the inside of my card. Then we are using the thank you from, put this down, the thank you from the Scalloped Blooms. And there's the thank you. I also am using the Scalloped Blooms dies, and in that we are using the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th largest. So this is the 5th largest that we are using. And then last but not least, we are using the Stylish Shapes. And I think the Stylish Shape number 4. Yep, number 4. Excuse me, from the outside counting in is what we use for the thank you. So I love this. Absolutely fabulous. Here is our Hydrangea Hue bordered ribbon. Again, I just put these hair ties on it, keeps it in place. We are also using the 2026-2028 in color butterflies. Aren't they fun? So this is all the in color with adding white to it too. So we have large and we have small. All of our new in colors. Love this too. I may have to buy more of this one too. All right, so I'll just keep that there. Move a few things out of the way. You will need a ruler. You will also need a pencil. Here's my paper and everything ready to rock and roll. Got my eraser out because I will need to do some erasing. All right. First thing that we are going to do is that we are going to, normally we have our paper that sits with the fold on the left side. Well, today we are taking that one more step further, and we are going to turn it over so the fold is on the right side. Then we are going to take our ruler and our pencil. And we are going to measure 1 1/4 inch from the scored line on both sides, 1 1/4. Again for our 1 1/4. So I have 2 pencil marks, 1 1/4 inches away from the fold, which means that the fold is going to be on the right side. Then we are going to measure halfway, which is 2 3/4. Let me make sure I get this up. 2 3/4 at the top. So halfway in between my 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. Then when we look on the sides, we have 2 little dashes from our pencil from the score line that is 1 1/4 inches away. So now we need to bring in our paper trimmer. On that, we are going to find where the point is. We're going to put it in the little score area. It's like the gully, or that's what I call it, kind of like a gully area. We're going to close and make sure that it fits, that these little marks are right in the little ditch. I don't know if you can see. Here's my mark up here, and here is my mark down below. And then we are going to take our darker gray, and we're just going to cut straight down. Save this for another project. So here are my lines, the middle and at 1 1/4. Now we're going to do that exact same thing on the other side. And right in the little creased area where the score and where the cutting little tool goes. And this always falls out on me. I do not know what I've done to this. We're going to put that right in there again. And we're going to cut down, straight down. And there goes my top. So there we are. We have our nice little triangle facing out, fold lined on the right side. So let me see, as I have lost my cutting tool. Oh, it drives me crazy. We are now going to take our eraser and we're just going to erase the paper or the pencil marks. Okay, so we should have this left on the side. And then we are bringing in our stamp, emboss, and cut machine. We're going to add this in the middle, and then what we're doing is that we're going to take this little flower and part of the die, the scalloped die, and we're going to try to get it even on both sides, and then we're going to run it through the machine. I'm just using a piece of Post-it. Okay, and let me see, I think it moved a little bit. There we go. All right, and then we are just going to set this up to run it through. And now I need the top. Thank you. And sorry for my arm. There you go. So we're there and back. And as we take this off, pull it nice and slow. I'll get this out of the way. And there we go. So we have our little scallop. Now we need to start putting this together. We're going to take our basic white, and I am just going to give it just a little bit more of a I want this one to be able to lay down. So I'm going to give it a good crease. And we're going to do the same with this. And I already have all this ready. Oh, I didn't show you that. Also, wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love is also in the scallop blooms, where the thank you is. All right. And this is just a 3/4 inch by 4, I think, piece of the designer series paper we're using over here. So we are going to make sure that the basic white, the crease is on the left side. So we're just going to adhere it down with our Stampin' Seal. And that's about, excuse me, 1/8 of an inch. Then we are using it, there's 1/8 of an inch on all the sides. And then we're taking our fabulous Blossom Bouquet specialty paper, and we are putting that on the inside, trying to make sure that it is even all the way around. All right. And always make sure that you stamp first, because if you make a mistake, you can just flip your paper over. So this is what it looks like on this side. I think it's just beautiful. I love this color. It's that periwinkle color. It's absolutely beautiful. So now we are going to just adhere, and I'm just going to bring in the silicone pad. And we're going to put this right, let's find out first where this is going to go. There we go. I'm going to stick that in the middle, and then we're going to put this in. Make sure that it is nice and tightly in there. And then we're going to add our adhesive to the back. Put it in. There you go. And I should have put those on dimensionals. Oops, I don't know if I can take that out now. Well, we're not going to do dimensionals, so it's not going to be as flat as it should be. Then we're taking our piece of ribbon and our glue dots. Add the base, go towards the bottom, give it a little bow, And then, let me see. I don't like this. Let's see if I can get it off without ripping the paper. Okay. I am going to use my dimensionals. I just had to be a doctor on that one and take this off because I don't like the fact that I could not lock it into place. And if you did have time, I would have taken my eraser and erased that off, but I am not going to do that now. I'm just going to throw this in some areas, and I hope that I get all the areas that there's tape. Oh, sometimes you just are pretty silly, Kevon. And here we go. This is like overkill. All right. So we got that. We're taking these off, and then we're going to start all over again. And all I'm doing is putting this on the side because I really do like it popped up than laying down, and it fits better in this. All right, here we go. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, so we have that. And we used our ribbon. And now we are going for our butterflies. Where can I lose the butterflies at so soon? This is interesting. I can't seem to find our in-color butterflies. I just now found them. All right, here we go. Here we go. And we are going to, I just wanted to add some of the Peaceful Pine. So I'm just using some of the small little butterflies. And whoops, we are just putting them on the sentiment, and then I'm just putting one up high. So there's our card. Isn't it beautiful? Golly, I love the colors. I love everything about it. It's all from the new catalog that's out right now from Stampin' Up. So if you're interested, look at stuff on the digital catalog. You can go ahead and order from me if you do not have a demonstrator, but I'd love to help you. Isn't this great? Ah, so much fun. So anyway, that's our first card. Our second card, we are working with Winnie the Pooh. This is so sweet. So this is the Silly Old Bear Designer Series paper, and it's a lot about Winnie the Pooh. Lots of different Winnie the Pooh stuff. On the back then is either gingham, or you have some different types of random colors. Let me see what else. We have, these are awesome because you can just make these into their own cards. Oh, and then it has all the little animals, the Pooh characters. I love them. They're so sweet. The other thing that I really like about this is that there are dies. Look at all these fabulous dies. And the dies come from the dies come from this one, which is the Sweet Words and Label dies. And you can just put these in and they will just match. I don't know if I have enough time to organize what goes with what, but yeah, too big. But anyway, these are some of the best. This one I know goes in this next one, I think. There you go. So that just fits in there. I used the Sweet Old Friends. I used these two as the friends on the inside of the card. And then I used the little honey jar and found, so this is the, let me see if I can find, with the head off, this is what I used on the inside. And it is, oh, here it is. It's down here in the corner. And then I took the little honey jars and I put them on the front of the card. But anyway, these are just really so much fun to deal with. I just think this is such a fun, and anybody who loves Winnie the Pooh, this is just so cute. You can do so many different things with this. And I love to have the dies that cut the designer series paper. One of my favorite things that Stampin' Up does. So this is what the card looks like. This is my side flap. Okay, so I have the side flap and then the top flap and then my Winnie the Pooh. So cute. So here's my little honey jar back here, and I just thought the best kind of days are spent together, and here they are walking. They're going for a walk. So I just thought, wow, one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. The only hard part is that I just really do not know what I did with the cutter on that. So let me see if I can find another cutter. My cutter left me. So here we go. We're going to give that a try. So we are going to see if this can work. So I put a piece of rubber band down here to see if I could hold this together. So let's go ahead. We're going to talk about this. Again, all the dimensions are on my blog. We are also using this fabulous Barely Blush bordered ribbon, and we're using it for the bow on the top. We're using that designer series paper. We're using vanilla for the inside. And we have the little Pooh Bear. And then we also have our little saying. And I need my little honey jar. Okay. I gotta find my honey jar. God, some little stuff all over the place, but I gotta find the honey jar. Okay, well, obviously, I do not know what I did with the honey jar. We may not have the honey jar on one. Okay, just the way it goes, babe. Just the way it goes. So if I can't find it, it's going to be what it is. All right, this is a little bit tricky, but I'm going to set it up so you can see this. This is a sheet of 8.5 by 11. So the first you're going to score all the way down at 4 1/4. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to score at 5.5. And then you're going to come out with 4 squares. So how we're going to deal with these 4 squares. And I tried to keep a number in each one so you could see how that's going to happen. So the first thing we want to do is that we want to fold it. and we're going to crease it in both directions. And then we're going to fold it down because the crease will help you. All right, so here we are. So we're going to start with square number 1. Square number 1, we are going to cut from the 1 1/4 to the 5 1/2. So just like the other one, we're going to find out where it is in this nice little valley or track that the cutter runs through. And we are going to, I'll try to show you. We're going to try to have the top part in one track and then the bottom track in the other. So we are cutting diagonally on this. All right, we're just going to go all the way up. We're going to pull that apart and you can have it for another day. So that is square number 1. Square number 2, we're going to cut it out all together. So we're going to find out where this is, and we are going to cut all the way down. There you go, 1 1/4 to 5 1/2. And remember, you can see the 5 1/2 on this side. And we're going all the way down to 5 1/2. And then we're going to turn it sideways. And then we're going to go from 5 1/2 over here to 4 1/4. And we're cutting out only number 2. So again, we're going to go up here to 4 1/4. Okay, so number 2 goes out. Number 3, we're going to cut from the 5 1/2 to the 4 1/4. Let me move this so you can. Maybe, hold on a minute. We're going to cut it. Yeah. So it's going to be, I lied, from the 5 1/2 to the 4 1/4. And then we're going to leave number 4 in its place. Okay, so one more time on this. 1, we're going to go diagonal from the 4 1/4 to the 5 1/2. That goes away. 2, we cut it all the way out. 3, we go from the 5 1/2 all the way up to the 1 1/4. And when I'm talking about that, well, I lie. 4 1/4 up to the 5 1/2. So I'm talking about the score lines. And 4 we leave in. So we're going to have our number 1 is going to fold down. And our number 3 is going to fold over. Now, if you don't mind that it flaps up just a little bit, if you want to put something here, you can to keep it down. For me, I don't care. So there we go. So that's how that looks. And we got our card ready. And all we have to do is decorate it and make sure that you fold it in the right directions. So the first thing we're going to do is that we are going to take off our number 4, and we are going to adhere this down. And this is very vanilla. And what I'm cutting on right now is early espresso. So it is going to go in. All right. Then we're going to take our little babies. And I'm just going to bring my adhesive. And we're going to put these just in the corner, so people are surprised. And again, these came with the die cuts. Now, the hard part, with the exception of this, is that you have to know which direction to cut these in. And this still is not working out very well. And I had another one here. So on these, you have to be able to know which direction to cut. So I went from the right to the left, and because both of these are the same, then I could use, I lie. Let me get the other one. This is the hardest part that I had, was making sure that this was cut. Oh, this one came from this. So it went this direction. So I went from the top right down to the bottom left. That's how I cut that. And because they're two, I could use this one over here on this, because they're the same decorations. Now, if we twisted this, if we had this go this direction, then we'd be able to use both of these. Okay? But we aren't. So we're just going to use this one over here. It's the bottom one that makes the most when you have them being in the same direction. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this one is just, I just wanted a different color than having a lot of Pooh Bears or the Winnie Pooh Bears. So I used the pink because I think brown and pink are very, very nice together. So this is, again, is on the number 1 side. And then the number 3 is even harder, because on this one you have to cut from the left down to the right to get this matching up on the right side. And so that's what I did. The first one, I cut it the wrong direction. And it never did fit no matter how much I tried. So the inside is right to left. The outside is left to right. Don't learn the hard way. So all I'm doing is making a little bit of a triangle with this. And again, you can get tape on the silicone pad because it is not going to put it on your card. So now we're putting this down. And so now we have the inside of our card ready. Well, our card ready period. So there we go. Now we are going to take our little saying that we have, and what I'm going to do is that I wanted to get it so it was the same on both sides. So all I'm going to do is turn this over, and I'm just going to draw a line down. So now you can see the line. On that, we're just going to take the tape. I hope I am doing this on the right side. We're going to take the tape, and all we're going to do is add it on. And then without putting it down, we're just going to take a look and see if that is about centered right. There we go. I lie. We want to make sure that it goes down just a little bit further. There we go. From here then, we're going to take our ribbon and we're just going to tie a little bow. And then I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors. And give that a little chop to the side. So it goes down, and then I'm going to take my glue dots and put it on top. And then I'm going to do a big deep dive and see if I can find out where my little honey jar is. Because I know that I cut 2. I just don't know where it is. So there that is. And then I have a blue honey jar someplace. And that's just going to sit down at the bottom. And as soon as I find it, I will stick that on. But otherwise, we're just going to use that. So I will use the other card until I find that. I don't know where it went to. I'm going to use this card as my card that we created today. And this is my first card we created. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Let me know what questions you have. I'll answer you right away. And I just really hope that you give me a like, thumbs up, show me what you got. Show me what you've done with these designs before. And, you know, follow me. All that good stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here on this fabulous Wednesday. I hope that you guys have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous weekend. We have one more of the side. Okay, both of the side, whatever they're called, folds and flaps. And I'm going to do two more cards for you that are, again, fun folds next week. But I hope that you just have a great day, great time. Enjoy everything. And thank you very much. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.